In the center of this zone is a sacred icon critical to the Great Journey. I must find it.
We shall cut into the heart of this infestation, retrieve the icon, and burn any flood that stand in our way. The parasite is not to be trifled with. I hope you know what you're doing.
Forward, warriors, and fear not pain or death. Go, Arbiter. I'll follow when our reinforcements arrive.
Thank you, Commander, for recycling your voice acting. I'm going to make that joke every time in every playthrough. This will be the last time, fortunately.
Onward to the sacred icon.
This will be the last time, fortunately. Don't be fooled by starting off with the vehicle section. The quarantine zone is the absolute worst level in the game. Even on normal, it's quite a pain. But here's this new vehicle we have. It was introduced in this game and never brought back in any other game. It is a Spectre. It is basically the Covenant equivalent of a Warthog, except that it has 2 passenger seats instead of 1.
What? The parasite controls our vehicles? No matter. You will die all the same.
So we're going to be experiencing triangle battles a lot in this level.
Cut it down.
I suppose there's one thing about the Enforcers that I didn't explain in the normal playthrough yet. If you drive underneath an Enforcer, it has some sort of magnet that pulls your vehicle into them and then they just crush it. It is pretty much an instant death trap for you on any difficulty. I think I get to showing it off later in the video.
Keep moving. I'm on my way.
Oh yeah, you don't want to drop that rocket launcher. I was an idiot and did that, but you don't want to drop that rocket launcher for this level. Normally on Legendary you have to fight a flood for that tank, but it looks like that we just got it for free. Kind of. You know, the elites can operate the tank as well. I thought that was a little neat detail that I should throw in there. Oh, but AIs in this game are still pretty bad. Okay, now that I got you driving along, let's get in this tank and take you guys with me. Come on, let's go. Come on. I know you can follow me. Come on.
Onward, elites.
Hold on, wait for him, dude. Yeah, I have to do a lot of tampering with the AIs.
I'll drive.
In the end, it's probably not worth it to just bring them along.
I expect more from you. Outwards. Look at me. Let it go. I'm retarded. Danger is nigh.
And that was what I was talking about earlier. Although you can let your AIs drive in this game, you probably shouldn't let them anyway. So we can stick around and keep fighting, or we can just skip ahead.
I am upon you. On my way.
Skipping through this part isn't quite as easy, though. Yeah, that's another thing you gotta watch out for, even on normal. Flood combat forms with rocket launchers. They are a serious pain in this section. And there's more than just one. You guys still trust me, huh? After that. Well, that's just rude. I was coming back.
This arbiter is in the prison. I prefer to drive, but... My driving skills are flawless.
Get in the friggin' Spectre!
Incredible arbiter!
Oh, elites. You are kind of badass, but you are also kind of stupid. I hate Rocket Flood. I really do.
On my way!
That's probably the preferred way you should take it. Except not get blown up by Rocket Flood. But a Wraith is definitely a lot more handy in this place than Spectre.
Prepare yourself!
You can kind of tell that I already know where everything's gonna spawn. I thought that was kind of interesting how the little flame from the boost to the Wraith still shows up even though that wing of the Wraith is chopped off. It looks like this part of Delta Halo is kind of falling apart. Artificial caves, that's kind of interesting, though.
You may leave. Your life is already forfeit.
I just decided to hang around them because sometimes elites say something funny. Although grunts are much better candidates for junk like that.
Oh, next time, mean it. A fox on you, beast. 1,000 times, yes.
And sometimes they say funny things during battle. I tried my best to keep my elites alive, to no avail. So this is the part of the level where you start to get lost. It's kind of a familiar pattern in Halo that we have that level, or maybe even 2 levels, maybe even more if you're playing Combat Evolved, where you just don't know where to go because every room looks exactly the same. And since the elites are dead, I just decided to skip that fight. There's no point in staying around to fight more. I mean, you've seen me fight Flood before in this video. And you've seen me fight Flood before this video. This is the room that can really throw you off. You might stumble across this room and think to backtrack because, hey, it looks exactly like the room you were just in, except that it's not. It's a different room. Although I love sniper rifles, they aren't very useful against Flood. So now we're getting back into vehicles. Nice change of pace from the same room over and over again, I guess. Then again, it's the quarantine zone. Nothing is a nice change of pace in the quarantine zone. Although it is nice to have a tank. Looks like that Phantom is dropping off the commander for us. It's nice to have a good friend in battle, especially a good friend who cannot die. Although, just because he can't die doesn't mean he can't fall down one of those bottomless pits and just stay stuck there.
Arbiter, well met. Careful, Arbiter.
I was being careful, but there was
A fine foe.
a hill there.
Our fate is go through.
I probably should have taken that tank. I really should have. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit because I end up fighting that same Wraith for 40 seconds straight. And the Elite manages to take it out as I drive away. Miranda, why did you bring so much artillery for the Flood? Yeah, bringing some tanks was a bright idea, but Marines suck at fighting Flood, no matter what. You will assume that was an accident, Commander.
Quite so. You are no warrior.
Of course it's not a warrior, it's a parasite.
An enemy!
Death is upon you. Boom! Demon flare!
Sword lunging is unreliable.
Our triumph was certain before the battle began.
How did you fare?
Most of my blood remains inside my body.
Lead the way, Arbiter. Perhaps we shall have a chance to take on the demon together, eh, Arbiter?
Maybe we should.
I wonder who the sniper will shoot first. You or me?
Probably me, because you're immortal. Sniper wouldn't want to waste his time with you. This section here could have been a great multiplayer map. It really could have.
More humans. They must be after the Icon.
On your way, Arbiter. I'll deal with these beasts.
I see that coward didn't join you. I'll do what I can to keep the flood of him back. We cannot let the humans capture the Icon. The higher-ups do not look kindly on failure. I grow restless without a target. Look, up ahead. The parasite gathers for an attack.
You know, Tartarus, coward is a strange insult toward a guy who went on foot to deal with a flood infestation by himself. And it's especially a strange insult coming from a guy who's just hiding in a phantom. Yeah, sword lunging is still unreliable.
They're withdrawing. I feel their rings.
So yeah, the rest of the level was bad enough. This is the absolute worst part of this level, making this the absolute worst part of the game. This gondola section. It just is not fun. It's not.
Humans. On the right side. Maybe they'll shoot him down.
That's a very good bright side to look on. I hope those humans shoot down Tartarus. I know it won't happen because it's Miranda's fleet, but still, I like to hope. Yeah, here's a little bug that I found. I noticed that my sword aim a little while ago was incredibly off in proportion to the reticle. And that's just a weird little bug. There's really not much explaining it. The Flood don't even fight fair. And why should they? Unfortunate what happened to those elites. But the commander warned them. They knew the risk.
Humans are already inside of it. After them. I'll watch the perimeter.
The Sword Flood aren't very annoying because they really don't know how to use the sword, even on Legendary. It's the Shotgun Flood you have to be worried about. They're really annoying. And of course my off-aim weapon doesn't do anything to the Flood.
Hurry, Arbiter. Get the icon.
Well, this definitely has an old familiar feeling. kind enough of Miranda's fleet to take care of the flood for us, so we don't have to go through a library remake. And that's the end of the level. I will see you guys next time.
Gotcha.
You know, your father never asked me for help either.
The index is secure.
Mackenzie, Perez, how's our exit? You hear me, Marines? We got trouble. Damn! How you doing?
Sergeant, stay down! Johnson, you all right? Johnson!
Excellent work, Arbiter. The Hierarchs will be pleased.
The Icon is my responsibility.
Was your responsibility. Now it is mine. A bloody fate awaits you and the rest of your incompetent race. And I, Tartarus, chieftain of the brutes, will send you to it.
When the prophets learn of this, they will take your head.
When they learn. Fool. They ordered me to do